Hey everybody, welcome to the weekly update from CCMA for Friday, April 3rd. This is Mike St. Pierre, your host, and no video today, from me at least. I have this kind of strange tear duct issue in one of my eyes. So if you've ever seen a Rocky movie and you see some of those poor schleps who have to practice with him in the ring before he goes to the big fight, that's kind of how I look right now. So I thought I would spare you of that visual and just bring you this week's curated resources. Okay, going from left to right, over at ccmanetwork.org/podcast, we produced this past week a new episode of the Campus Men podcast, and we interviewed Crystal Sullivan from the University of Dayton and one of her campus ministers, Mike Bennett. They have done some incredible things to bring their entire campus ministry online, and I think you will really enjoy that show. Next up, you've probably heard about it. Only 30,000 people have registered. Okay, it's called the Virtual Catholic Conference, virtualcatholicconference.com. There's a men's side, a ladies' side. It looks like a great thing happening this weekend. So check it out for yourself, or at least share it with your students and those with whom you work. Looks like a wonderful resource. Next up, over at First Things, an article called Why We Can't Confess Over Zoom. There's been some debate and dialogue over the Holy See basically telling ministries all over the world that they really can't use cell phones in the Sacrament of Reconciliation or Zoom or anything like that. And if you're not sure why, or if you're wondering what is the theology behind this and the sacramental theology, this article I think will help. Why we can't confess over Zoom. Next up, it's not so much a website, but if you go into any of your podcast apps, I just went into Apple Podcasts. The John Allen show this week is worth listening to. And his recent show is called How the Church is Responding in the Midst of Coronavirus. And it's very good. I mean, it's just essentially gives you a behind the scenes look at what the Pope is doing to combat this and lead the church. And then also what he's doing publicly as the Holy Father. So really an interesting read. I think you'll enjoy it, which leads us to our next piece over at Aletheia. And it's called Why the Pope's Blessing on March 27th is Absolutely Unique. If you watched that last Friday, it was incredible. I mean, really, guys, it was just haunting. And here's this elderly man trying to help the world make sense out of the coronavirus and praying publicly, gave this beautiful homily, essentially, and then he blessed the world with the Blessed Sacrament. It was just incredible. I mean, it made you really proud to be Catholic. And if you're not sure what the Urbi et Orbi blessing is all about, I think this article will help. Last but not least, over at the McGrath Institute for Church Life, they have a nice article called Holy Week 2020, Active Participation from Afar. And I don't know about you, but a lot of times I go into Holy Week thinking, I know the theology, I know the symbolism, let's roll. And that's not very good attitude, is it? You know, we really should be a lot more humble, more reflective, slow things down as we get ready for Holy Week. And this article will help you not just refresh yourself on the symbolism, the theology, the historicity of Holy Week, but also make some, I think, appropriate references to coronavirus and how really the whole church around the world is going to be celebrating Holy Week alone and on screen. So it's going to be different, and I think we need to prepare ourselves for that. All right, that's it for this week's resources. Thanks for all your encouragement. Make sure you have subscribed to this YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. And can I ask a favor? Share it with someone else and invite them to subscribe as well. That way we can get this in the hands and in the eyeballs of as many people as possible. Thanks so much. God bless you. Have a great weekend.